Have you ever wondered what happened to your local public access television? There was once a time, not too long ago, when public access television was the lifeblood of local communities. A time when your television screen was ablaze with the vibrant hues of local programming, mirroring the pulsating heartbeat of your hometown. These channels served as a window to the world, a platform for the voices that would otherwise go unheard. Public access television was the golden era of television, an era marked by diversity, authenticity, and most importantly, a sense of community. It was an era when the television set was not just a box of moving images, but a portal that connected people, bridged divides, and nurtured a sense of belonging. These stations gave you more than just shows. They gave you stories that were close to your heart, stories that resonated with you, stories that were a part of you. They were the reflection of your community, your people, your culture. They were the threads that wove the intricate tapestry of your local community. But as the years rolled by, the golden glow of public access television started to fade. One by one, these stations began to close down. The vibrant hues of local programming slowly started to vanish, leaving behind a void that was hard to fill. The voices that once echoed in the confines of your living room were now silent. The stories that once filled your heart were now just a distant memory. These closures didn't happen overnight. It was a slow, painful process, a gradual erosion of a culture, a community, a way of life. And as these channels disappeared, the television screen that once mirrored the soul of your community was now just a blank canvas, a silent witness to the vanishing of an era. As these channels disappeared, a new giant emerged on the horizon: YouTube. As public access television was fading, YouTube was on the rise. A new player had entered the game in the early 21st century, and its name was YouTube. Founded in February of 2005 by 3 former PayPal employees, YouTube took the internet by storm. It was a platform where anyone could upload and share videos, becoming their own broadcasters, a concept that resonated with millions around the globe. The growth of YouTube was phenomenal. Within a year, it was serving more than 100 million video views per day. By November of 2006, it was so popular that the tech giant Google acquired it for a staggering $1.65 billion. As YouTube grew, it started to offer what public access television could not. It provided a platform for everyone to share their views and talents with the world, without the constraints of time slots or geographical boundaries. It was a global stage where anyone could be a star. And it wasn't just about the freedom to broadcast. YouTube also offered a new kind of community. Viewers could interact with creators, leaving comments, liking, sharing, and subscribing to their channels. This interactive nature of YouTube made it a more attractive option for the new generation, used to the interactivity offered by the internet. As more and more people turned to YouTube, public access television started to feel the impact. The viewership declined as YouTube offered a more convenient and interactive platform. Viewers started shifting their focus from public access television to YouTube, further hastening the decline of local programming. The impact of YouTube on public access television was not just about viewership. It also affected the content. As YouTube became more popular, it started to dictate the trends. What was popular on YouTube started to become what was popular in general, further distancing public access television from its audience. The shift was swift and irreversible. YouTube had taken over. Public access television and YouTube, two different entities, but why did one succeed where the other failed? At their core, both public access television and YouTube share a common goal: to give voice to the voiceless, to provide a platform for diverse narratives, and to create a space for community engagement. Yet, their paths diverged dramatically. Public access television, with its emphasis on local programming, was once a beacon of community involvement. It was a place where local voices echoed, where local stories unfolded, and where local issues found a platform. It was the screen that reflected the community back to itself. But its limitations were also stark. Its reach was confined, its accessibility restricted, its content often limited by resources and regulations. Enter YouTube. It arrived with the promise of a global platform where anyone with a camera and an internet connection could broadcast their stories to the world. It was no longer about just your local community. Your audience could be anywhere, anyone. The ease of access was unprecedented, and the diversity of content, limitless. From cat videos to cooking tutorials, from indie music to investigative journalism, YouTube had it all. It was a digital melting pot of ideas and narratives, always on, always accessible. YouTube wasn't just a platform, it was a revolution, a global stage where everyone was invited. But at what cost? As YouTube soared, public access television stations began to shutter, one by one. The local was losing to the global, the community voice drowned in the cacophony of the World Wide Web. The screens that once reflected the local community were slowly going dark. Yet, amidst this digital onslaught, public access television held its ground. It stood for something that YouTube, with all its global reach and diversity, couldn't offer: a sense of local community, of belonging, of home. It was a reminder that not all stories are meant for the world stage. Some stories are meant for the people next door, the people down the street, the people we call our community. It seemed the fight was over, but was it really the end for public access television? And then a new player entered the field, a player not of flesh and blood, but of codes and algorithms: artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence, or AI, is not a new concept. Yet its implications on the world of content creation and curation are profound and far-reaching. On platforms like YouTube, AI is increasingly playing a pivotal role. It's the unseen puppet master, pulling the strings behind the scenes. It's the silent conductor, orchestrating the symphony of content that fills our screens. Let's consider how AI impacts YouTube and, consequently, public access television. AI algorithms decide which videos to recommend to viewers, shaping the content that billions consume every day. It's like a personalized TV guide that's constantly evolving, learning from your habits, and serving up what it thinks you'll enjoy next. But here's the rub. The AI doesn't understand the value of local programming. It doesn't appreciate the nuances of community-specific content. It can't grasp the importance of a local school board meeting, a charity event in your neighborhood, or a feature on a local artist. It doesn't know your community like public access television does. So what does this mean for public access television? As AI continues to optimize for global appeal and mass consumption, local programming could become collateral damage. The unique, community-centered content that public access television offers might simply fade into obscurity, drowned out by the noise of more popular, algorithm-approved content. This is not a fight against YouTube or AI. It's a fight for diversity and local relevance. It's a struggle for the survival of a platform that's intimately connected with its audience, that understands its needs, and that presents a unique, irreplaceable perspective. With AI becoming an increasingly dominant force in content curation, public access television is facing a formidable adversary. The question is, how can it adapt? How can it leverage this technology to its advantage? Or will it become another casualty in the relentless march of progress? Could public access television survive this new wave of technology? That's the question we must ask ourselves as we move forward. The answer will shape the future of local programming and determine the fate of a beloved institution. In the face of overwhelming odds, can public access television find a way to fight back? The answer is a resounding yes, and here's why. Public access television, despite its dwindling viewership, still holds a unique position in our society. It's a platform where local communities can express their voices, share their experiences, and engage in dialogues that matter to them. YouTube, despite its global reach, cannot replicate this local focus and authenticity. Public access television has always been a bastion of local storytelling, a platform where the community's voice can be genuinely heard. These stories, these narratives, they are born out of the very heart and soul of the community. They are not curated or polished for mass consumption. They are raw, they are real, they are relatable. YouTube, with its algorithms and trending topics, can often feel distant and impersonal, a stark contrast to the heartfelt connection that public access television fosters. So how can public access television regain relevance? One strategy could be to leverage the very thing that sets it apart, its local focus. By offering programming that directly addresses the needs and interests of the community, public access television can reclaim its position as a vital source of local news and information. Another approach could be to embrace the digital revolution rather than fight against it. This could involve streaming content online or using social media to engage with the audience. By doing so, public access television can reach a wider audience without compromising its core values. Moreover, public access television can partner with schools and community organizations to offer media literacy programs. This not only fosters a new generation of viewers, but also empowers them to participate in media creation, promoting a vibrant and inclusive media landscape. In the end, it's not about who wins or loses. It's about preserving diverse voices in media. So, what do you think? Can public access television stand its ground in this digital era? And please remember to subscribe and like this video, and do not forget to comment below.